Well, hello everybody. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. I'm at my computer today because I want to talk about an acquisition from one of our big precious metals dealers, JM Bullion slash A-Mark Precious Metals. They're actually going to acquire another precious metals dealer. Let's talk about that right now. Well, hello everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. So, we all know JM Bullion, who is owned by A-Mark Precious Metals, which is a large bullion dealer, one of the few bullion dealers in the world that can actually purchase directly from the United States Mint when it comes to their bullion coins. So it's a big one. They also own Provident Metals, Silver.com, some other ones too, and we'll go over that here shortly. But JM Bullion is actually now going to own, for the cheap price of $4.5 million. I wish there got to be a typo there. Makes no sense. BGASC, or Buy Gold and Silver Coins.com. Literally, BGASC.com is the website. This is one of those websites and one of those dealers that I recommended years ago. It was one of the first places that I purchased from, being like JM Bullion, APMEX, Provident, BGASC. Those are some of the ones that I ended up purchasing from in the beginning. They were always, decent companies, so I just stuck with them. I stayed there. I didn't try to venture off too much into some of these smaller companies. But BGASC is now going to be owned by A-Mark Precious Metals, JM Bullion, Provident, Metals, et cetera, et cetera. So, and yeah, what a crazy price, right? Only $4.5 million. And supposedly, BGASC nets about $200 million a year. Now, a lot of that's not just profit. A lot of that comes from, just the overall sale of the metals. But what a low price when you really consider, such a decent sized website. I know that I've recommended BGASC several times, and I'm just kind of shocked that they were able to acquire them that low, which would make me believe that BGASC was suffering a little bit, in how they were actually, doing business. They weren't probably doing as good as some of their peers, is what I'm thinking. That's, just a guess. BGASC has kind of always been known for, not having the greatest when it comes to free shipping. I think you had to pay like $5,000 before you got free shipping from them. Other than that, even with the price that you paid for shipping, prices were actually pretty decent usually. I mean, it made sense to go ahead and get them in some occasions. And there was times too when like other companies didn't have certain things you were looking for, and BGASC, being a little bit smaller of a company, had it. I do want to read briefly this little snippet right here from streetinsider.com that talks about the acquisition here. I wish I could pause this. Oh, and I totally can. Okay, here we go. A-Mark Precious Metals, AMRK, JM Bullion to acquire assets of BGASC. So, let's see. A-Mark Precious Metals Inc., or on the NASDAQ, AMRK, which is about $25 a share right now, has come down. But I think they also did a split on their share price a few months back. Anyways, a leading fully integrated precious metals platform today announced that its wholly owned subsidiary, JM Bullion Inc., or JMB, has entered into a definitive agreement to acquire certain assets of BGASC LLC, or BGASC in quotes, one of the largest coin and bullion e-commerce dealers in the United States, for $4.5 million in cash money. Seems low to me, but what do I know? It just seems low. Anyways, these ads are coming up everywhere. BGASC was founded in 2012 and has more than 70,000 customers, with reported revenues for calendar year 2021 in excess of $200 million. Based in California, BGASC delivers gold and silver coins and bullion directly to consumers through its online platform. The assets to be acquired include BGASC's website, domain name, trademarks, logos, customer list, and all intellectual property. Following the closing, JMB, or JM Bullion, expects that BGASC will continue to operate as a standalone brand. This transaction reflects our ongoing efforts to expand our direct-to-consumer portfolio through strategic acquisitions and investments, said JM Bullion CEO Michael Whitmire. BGASC is a well-respected e-commerce brand in the DTC segment of the precious metals industry. With a loyal and growing customer base, JM Bullion and A-Mark have a track record of successfully integrating newly acquired brands into our DTC portfolio. And we look forward to improving the BGASC customer experience by leveraging our resources and expertise to offer new products, other value-added services, and flexible payment methods, as well as to seek to expand BGASC's market presence. The acquisition is expected to close in the fourth quarter of calendar 2022, subject to the satisfaction of customary closing conditions. So some interesting things. Like I said, $4.5 million in cash, even though they're, 2021 was a big year for metals. 2022 is a little bit less of a big year, in my opinion. But yeah, $200 million, revenue in excess in 2021. So the fact that they sold for $4.5 million in cash is kind of crazy. Now, it does say that they sold like their website, domain name, trademarks, etc., but it doesn't say that they sold what they actually had in stock, which, is valuable precious metals. So BGASC owners may still have whatever they had in stock as far as their metals go. And that typically what it seems like when A-Mark or JM Bullion grabs a hold of another company, they tend to sell the same thing. So it may all end up being the same kind of things being sold through different platforms. They might just have the name and, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and bring that out. It seems like it really wasn't talked about. This happened a couple weeks ago in the news, and I was waiting for somebody else to post about it. Didn't see anybody mention it. So here you are getting the word. Some people would say that, when these companies like this, they buy up all these little companies, that it's not good for us because, you have less competition that way. And I can totally see that point. Some people would say it's a good thing, based on a big name like, A-Mark getting a hold of these right here and just bettering their services for a smaller company like BGASC. Only time will tell if it's a good or bad thing. I think it's interesting nonetheless, and it's a relevant thing to what's going on in precious metals. And it's going to be interesting to see. Again, I've always recommended BGASC. I had no problem with them. I've used them several times. And even though they didn't have free shipping unless you paid a crazy amount, it seemed like that even with the little bit of shipping price that you had to pay, that it was still decently priced. So I'm curious who A-Mark is going to grab a hold of next. Like I said, I think that, metals have kind of died down in interest a little bit here in 2022. And it might be easy for some of these companies like A-Mark Precious Metals to suck up some of these littler companies because of, that decrease in interest and the worry that some of those companies have that, when this happens, they might be willing to sell more than usual. Anyways, that's the story. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. Always welcome the comments. I got to go for now. Appreciate you for watching. JM Bullion has acquired for $4.5 million BGASC, or Buy Gold and Silver Coins as its name. Spegtacular, this guy right there, is out.